ball and the plank. Yes, no? The horizontal velocity is u2, and what is the horizontal velocity of the ball when they're colliding? Will be zero. There's a relative motion. So in what direction there'll be friction will be acting? The friction will act in this direction. And on the ball, friction will act here. And we know F is equal to mu n. The friction will act for small, the normal reaction will act for small duration of time. Because for what time the ball will be in contact with the plank? For a very small duration of time. So the normal contact will act for small duration of time. So ny into delta t. So that is what? Impulse. Then similarly, the friction also will act for small duration of time. The friction also will act for small duration of time. So therefore together, so what this will be impulsive friction. This is impulse due to normal contact. They'll be related like this. F into delta t is what? Impulsive friction. So what is Jx? Impulsive friction. Even the friction can set up impulse. Any force acts for small duration of time. So whatever the friction value should be very high, impulsive friction will be very high. Because ny, friction depends on, so like a F delta t equal to mu ny, no? So when you calculate this mu, jy you look at. So Jx equal to mu into jy. This is the impulsive friction. So here F into delta t. So this is what Jx. So on the block, these are the forces that will be acting. Now, as a sequence of this, what should happen to the plank? It will have some velocity, reduced velocity. Earlier it was u2, because an impulse acted opposite to its motion. So v2 will be less than u2. Then because of this jx on the ball will also acquire horizontal component of velocity. How the motion of the ball? It will move in a plane. It starts moving in a plane. What about the plank? It will move with a reduced speed. Okay, let's come back to one by one. What is the v1y? v1y v1y should be equal to e u1. Yesterday we have seen. So now we know v1y. So can we calculate jy? So what is the impulse momentum equation? m1 u1 minus jy equal to minus m1 v1. Why negative sign? v1 y is opposite to initial momentum. So I got the value of jy is equal to how much? m1 u1 plus m1 v1y. Substituting this, v1 is what? eu1. So m1 u1 1 plus e. This is jy. Then what is jx? As we know, jx equal to mu jy mu into m1 u1 1 plus e. Can we calculate v2 now? Yes, I'll apply. Initial momentum on the block m2 u2 minus jx impulsive friction is equal to m2 v2. Solving this, I'll get v2 and v1. What is the speed of the block? Again, for along x-axis on the ball, initial momentum 0, impulsive friction x, and m1 v1x. So what is jx here? Jx is this much. Mu m1 u1 1 plus e equal to m1 v1x. What is v1x equal to? Mu u1 1 plus e. So now we know y component of velocity and x component. So the resultant speed we can find out. And jx is substitute this one. m2 u2 minus mu m1 u1 1 plus e equal to m2 v2. And we have to solve it. Like that, we'll get expression for speed v1 and v2. And what is v1? v1 should be vector sum, no? Because the ball is having both vertical as well as horizontal component after collision. How the path of the ball? The ball will move in parabolic path. And the plank will continue to move like this. This is the path of the ball after impact. No, sir, what about the weight? See, like here, The ny will be of order 10 to power of 6, 10 to power of 8, 10 to power of 9. What about the weight? Weight is something of order of few newtons, weight of the ball, few newton. So definitely the contribution by the change in momentum by the normal contact will be very much greater than the weight. That's why we just neglect it. In general, change in momentum will be there due to all. But the contribution for the change in momentum by the weight of the ball is negligible. So therefore, we just neglect it because the ny will be of order 10 to power of 6. It all depends on delta. Delta t is of nanoseconds. No, the ny will go of order 10 to power of 8. Where is the 10 to power of 8 and where is the m1? M1 will be of order few hundred or let it be 1000. Even then, ny will be very much greater than mg. No. Impulsive friction. You see, like you have seen impulse due to normal contact, impulse due to string, and impulse due to friction. Like that, several forces will come, and that force suddenly its magnitude increases. Impulsive friction you have to take it. There's a formula. What is there in this one? V1y equal to EU1. Nothing to do. Along y-axis, the block M2 will not move. No? The motion is only along the block is there on the ground. Then this equation is very much valid. There's no motion of the block along y-axis. The block will not move along y-axis. Only the ball will have motion along y-axis. No, it will come, it will be incident, and it will rebound and move, irrespective of